So coming to the database model, NoSQL database model. In case of NoSQL, in case of relational database, the data is, as discussed, the data is segregated into multiple tables and stored. So there is this primary key or foreign key which will relate the data between one table and the other table. So in case of multiple data to be stored, or we will be creating multiple tables and then normalize the data and then fetch the data accordingly. If you, in recent times, the Agile methodology has grown prominent, and most of the projects are implementing Agile. In those cases, the development is rapid and the schema changes like very fast. In those cases, if you take a RDBMS system, if you are changing the schema, or say when you are changing a schema, if you have to add a new column, again we end up changing the entire structure of the table. We add a new column, again normalize the tables, and we go for downtime as well. But in case of NoSQL, we have a flexible data model. So if we have to add a new column, we just add it along with the object. So it's a lot more easier, and being flexible helps in quicker development. But the problem with NoSQL data model is that there will be duplication of data. And also, I mean, the duplication of data is ideally because there is no strict definition of data format. And most of the NoSQL databases supports JSON and also object mapping. So retrieval of data using APIs is easier. Next is the elastic scalability feature. In case of RDBMS, when we have multiple, when there is increase in data or users, at certain point, if there is increase in users at the application tier, it's easier to add more and more web application servers and cater to the needs. But in case of database, it's mostly vertical scaling so that the data gets added up onto the same machine. Yes, there are cases where scalability can be done using SAN storage, but then the complexity and the cost involved is huge. And also looking at the fact that most of the applications should be highly available, and most organizations expect 0% downtime. Going for scalability on relational database management system is very difficult. But in case of NoSQL database, since it's built from the ground, or rather from the scratch, it's easier to increase the capacity and just scales out so easily. For example, to just give a comparison, RDBMS might not scale out that easily on commodity clusters, but the NoSQL DBs, which are primarily designed to take advantage of the new clustering concept, it can just scale or provide sharding in a faster way. So what are the advantages in choosing a NoSQL DB? The first one is it's relatively cheap and it's easy to implement because it's programming language. So we just store the objects as a key value pair. So we look for the key to fetch the data. And most of the NoSQL databases that are available in the market currently are free of, open source. So it's easier to implement. And the next one is a scalability feature. The data is replicated to multiple nodes, so it can be easily partitioned, and also the data can be replicated across multiple nodes. And there is this also gives to important thing that it has no single point of failure. Like I said, sharding is easy, so it becomes easy to distribute the data across multiple servers. And it doesn't require a schema, so which ideally helps in faster development, because whenever there is a change to the schema, because the schema is so flexible, we can just add up one more element or node to the document. And also it can scale up as well as it can scale down, which is more important in case of cloud architecture, because in certain organizations there could be the need where there is a huge spike at certain period of time, and there could be a place where the application would not be completely used at all. So in those cases, the cloud architecture, which helps in scaling up and scaling down, the NoSQL DB could come and help. Then there is the data consistency has an issue, but then the MongoDB and certain other NoSQL databases support consistency, like Cassandra supports eventual consistency. And then auto sharding, like it helps in most of the database, NoSQL database supports auto sharding, so it can easily scale up and provide scalability. And when we are choosing a NoSQL database, it's important to consider the analysis part, because there is redundancy of data, so it can help in real-time analysis, but then for business intelligence or data analytics, it might not be helpful. So what are the cons, or what do we lose by going for a NoSQL database? Ideally, the CRUD operations, like join, group by, order by, it doesn't support because the entire data is stored as an object, and there is also redundancy. So ideally, it doesn't support joins and other CRUD operations. And we lose the asset part of RDBMS, which is ideally it doesn't help us in the consistency, and also it doesn't help us in atomicity. And the next, like explained, the most important part is data warehousing and analytics. NoSQL is not helpful, but there are cases where it can be used along with some other product to help in data analytics, like MongoDB or NoSQL DB could be used with cloud computing systems like Hadoop, wherein it could fetch the data from the NoSQL, process it, and dump it into RDBMS, and then it can be used for data analytics. So it could be used in combination with other products to provide data analytics. And also, there are most of the applications that are there in the market have easier or direct support with SQL, like IBM or Microsoft products directly supports integration with databases such as Oracle or DB2 or Sybase. So in those cases, if we're going for a new database system, we ideally have to build it from the scratch. And also, SQL sometimes could be frustrating, but then it is the most powerful query language. So whatever we want to process, we can do it with the SQL. So where would this NoSQL fit in? It will mostly fit when there is huge amount of uncontrolled or unstructured data, which are unstructured data that is available. Ideally, in case of mobile apps or the social networking sites where huge amount of data is there, which can be disregarded after a certain period of time, or some data that has to be collected and analyzed only for that particular period of time. So in those cases, NoSQL would fit in, and that really helps in log analysis. It all, like I said, it helps in social networking feeds. It also helps in external feeds which we collect from the different types of third-party vendors. So organizations which integrate with multiple systems and get the feeds from those partners, they can go for a NoSQL DB because those data is not relatively used for data analytics. And the next one is the data that is not analyzed, like except other than real-time data, anything that is not archived or that doesn't have to be processed in the future, we can go for a NoSQL database. Okay, considerations when we use a NoSQL database, it's like whether the data is deployed on a NoSQL platform or RDBMS, it's important to have a DB or a sysadmin who helps in troubleshooting. So when you have a NoSQL database, ideally the data that is stored can have some issues. So it's important in an organization to have the experts to look into the issues. And also we have to look at backups and recovery, because certain data has to be stored and archived, and capacity planning, like say when there is an increase in users, how do we shard or how do we scale the database layer. So that has to be taken into consideration. Again, performance monitoring, because huge amount of data is there and it is important to monitor the performance. And integration of data, because there is redundancy and multiple data is stored, it becomes critically important to analyze how each data is integrated with the other objects. And the next one is tuning and optimization, like the data that is stored could be tuned based on based on the design of the applications. And now the next topic would be NoSQL